Strap in. This is going to be one of the most cutting edge presentations you're going to see this evening. John, the floor is yours whenever you'd like to begin.
Thanks for the tee up. My name is John, and I'm here to present AvatarMEDIC. This is frontier technology for healthcare. So I'm going to take a little bit of a detour first, and I'm going to breeze through some other slides while emphasizing others because they don't have a lot of time. But I want to give you this understanding that this company, AvatarMEDIC Inc., we have a mission to improve healthcare quality and accessibility by validating and coordinating research, design, and integration of frontier technologies. And our vision is that no one would ever die of an accident ever again. I'm just going to TLDR. And even if they're on the surface of Europa or in the backwoods in Nebraska, we don't care. So how are we going to do that? Well, this presentation is going to walk you through one of our flagship R&D efforts that go alongside other activities that we do as an amazing group of individuals who have each pioneered telemedicine and back in 2005, fielded robotic systems, deployed mixed reality technologies in real surgeries, discovered massive hospital revenues, shipped award-winning games and other design systems, and even taken class 3 medical devices to market. And myself, to add myself there, is experience as a lifeguard and a designer. We have this really incredible team, and all we can do is innovate. When we try to do things that are boring, we don't get to do it. So what do we care about? Well, there's a massive issue that's underlying the very fabric of our society, which is that there's already a shortage of doctors in the US, and there's a massive lack of access to medical care. Unfortunately, this problem is going to get worse. So by 2040, 23% of the population is not going to have access to a qualified doctor. A lot of rural communities, if we're looking just the US, are being really hit hard by this. This is a looming crisis that will disrupt the entire fabric of our society. And there are some attempts to solve this. We've seen a lot of it happen in COVID. And it's sort of sometimes called telehealth, which is really kind of an iPad or tablet-based systems. Sometimes now it's called the hybrid model, where you have someone else sort of holding the iPad while the doctor instructs them. But there's still a big gap between a sort of tablet and maybe simple little video calling systems to a full-on person. So we propose to close that gap using technology. So in this little video, I'm just going to let it play for a second and talk about how this is not some automated canned experience. This is our goal as a real physician talking to a real patient and driving at a high level a robotic avatar by which they can be with their patient where their patient lives. So you can imagine placing these systems in places where doctors cannot go or do not otherwise live, which is currently a huge cost. You have to quadruple sometimes the salary of a doctor just to get them to live somewhere else. So not only are we saving costs in terms of deployment, there's a lot of other incidental costs that we're saving here. So this is our flagship R&D effort, like I mentioned. Our goal is the ultimate clinical multi-tool. Let's bring robotics out of special zones like the OR and into complex things, front patient-facing conscious activities. What you just saw there was a snippet from the neurological assessment. It's a complex and physically involving procedure that requires all kinds of different touch points. There's no single sensor that can do it, hence why we're proposing this sort of a system. So it's not just this system, it's a platform. And so we're aiming for telehealth 2.0, right? Where now you can get hands-on, you can touch things. It's dynamic, it's optimized, and it's robust. So we're trying to extend out this technology to the next level. And like I mentioned, it's a platform. So we're going to automate what we can, then we're going to deliver what we can't automate through direct connection, and we're going to monitor and then improve to continue automating. So the system will get more and more efficient over time. This is just an example of, imagine if you could take the first 4 hits of the entire clinical care structure and put it in one system. So this is the kind of cost savings and new technology that we're proposing integrating. There's a lot of big market activity that's going on with this. If we zero in on the 33 billion sort of target of telemonitoring and teleconsulting, this tracks with a upcoming NSF grant that we're proposing. So we're experimenting with the business model, but this is a frontier technology. And I really want to emphasize with some on the later slide that what we're trying to do here is create a new category. So when we talk about our competition, we got a lot of feedback about this, but ultimately the competition is that we're going to integrate systems that will be able to plug the gap where the quality of the doctor meets the cost of telehealth as it is today. And so we're not doing this alone. We have a timeline where we're going to pilot this out and we're going to prototype systems and integrate a lot of technologies. We don't want to build the entire robot. We want to partner for success. So where a really exciting partnership that just I got the green light to say today is that, well, so of course, Jake mentioned the MMARS analog astronaut training company. that my co-founder runs. Really incredible. We just got the green light to say MIT's CSAIL laboratory under Dr. Julie Shaw. If you know robotics, you know that they've invented pretty much every system that is in a modern teleoperated automated system. And we're going to go in and do some SBIR work with them. We have a great partner, Haddington Dynamics, that was just acquired recently, and we're trying to shake out what those details mean for us. It's positive, spoiler alert. And then we have a lot of other great partners that help fill in the other elements, and we're always adding more all the time. We are raising a seed, and the focus of this is to complete a phase 1 and 2 of an NSF proposal and launch out to a pilot in the community. And of course, always seeking other technical advisors, team additions, and other partners, and also even customers. If you'd like to know something about this type of a network and system and this types of technologies, feel free, get in touch. So thank you for your attention. I've been John Hanachek. This is AvatarMEDIC.